Okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out to everyone who was waiting here. It's Monday. I haven't done a show for 2 days since last Friday, and all of a sudden I'm like, "What? How do you do shows again?" I'm all like confused now. Brain scrambled a little bit over the weekend by trying to have a social life. You know what I'm saying? Just like interacting with normal human beings can sometimes be taking your eye off the ball with these sports betting lines. But I'm ready here. Last week was a bit of a losing week. Overall, my overall numbers are still positive, nicely positive, more positive than I would have required to have this show going. Flat, it's about plus 5.5% ROI. I'll post the updated record. I didn't post it today because I just, posting other things and just, I'm a little bit pissed off about what happened last week. The weighted ROI is still like 9% or something like that, which is very nice. But, there is a lot of variance in college basketball. Obviously, last week was my performance a result of a variance or just shitty capping? I don't know. A little bit of both, maybe. Just because you have a losing week doesn't mean you made good picks and you were just the victim of variance. Sometimes it's just you made shitty picks. And maybe you benefited from variance, and then because of the shittiness of your picks, your actual record should have even been worse. But, overall, my record is good. Last week was a losing week, and Friday was actually winning, which was fine, which was nice. I tweeted out a couple of losers, and I had a great Sunday with my second half plays and everything. So it's definitely very different giving out public plays, as you guys know, from just being able to do it alone with no pressure. Alone with no pressure. I'm fine with small edges, with variance here and there, with certain circumstances that I'm not too comfortable with, but trusting my numbers anyway. When I'm giving out public picks, I suffer from AIPP syndrome, which stands for all in on public plays syndrome. Very different situation for me psychologically, but I'm happy that so far it's been okay. And hopefully we'll have a winning week this week. All right, so let's just quickly look at some of the 7:30 games, and then let's talk a little bit about some other stuff, and then we'll read some comments. Huge shout out to everyone. Then I'll tell you about my Patreon, which I did just start. I got like a boss associate, kind of like mentor here in New York, what I'm doing right now. And he's really pushing me to give a Patreon where I'm going to give write-ups for my pregame stuff for college basketball, which is, of course I analyze these games pregame. Regular viewers of this show know that what I do is, I have my second half opinions. I always only see in light of my full game analysis. So I have a bunch of ways of looking at these second half lines, which is why I trust my overall opinions on second half lines enough to give a show on it and give public picks on it. But I also do full game stuff, and I'm going to start giving out, my bets on a Patreon. It's just going to be, my analysis. I'll share with you what I like. I'll share with you what I've bet. So I'm threading the needle there. I'm not necessarily going to be giving out picks. I'm going to be sharing with you what I like. You see what I'm saying? You see how I'm threading the needle there? Because giving out picks, selling picks is so tough. But I do believe in my overall pregame analysis of college basketball as well. I've given out a bunch of opinions in these shows over the last bunch of weeks, and overall they've been good as well. So I'm happy to do that. Let's see. For the 7 o'clock games, the only plays that I bet that I did mention on Twitter, I took Army plus 7.5, and I took the Army team total over at 67. The other two games we'll look at the second half lines for. Those are interesting. Coming up the 7:30 games, some interesting stuff. I took the under in Howard and Bethune-Cookman at 148.5, and I also took the Bethune-Cookman team total under. I forgot what that was, but those are the two plays that I bet there. Under and the Bethune-Cookman team total under. In general, on my Patreon, probably the plays that I would most recommend people think about tailing are going to be the team totals. In general, my team totals are better, and second halves as well than my sides or totals. But I'll put a link to my Patreon on Twitter, and I think if you just go to Patreon and search my name, Peter Loshak, you'll see it. If that's something you want to do and sign up, it's like a half supporting me and half by paying for content that probably does have some value. The main reason I'm doing it is just because I'm trying to push all this stuff forward, and my boss / associate here, friend, whatever, is really pushing me to do it. So I'm like, all right, I'll do it. The other 7:30 games, let me just look at them. Yeah, Morgan State, South Carolina. I definitely had to lean to the over on that one at 143. I did pull the trigger on it, very small though, and but that's definitely a bet I made. Let me just find my other. I haven't checked comments yet because I do want to just generally tell you what I think about the 7:30 games, and we'll talk about the West Virginia game, which is very, very interesting. We'll also talk about the 8 o'clock and 8:30 games coming up, and we'll look at some comments and stuff and chat. And then, of course, when the halftime lines at 7 o'clock come around, we'll look at those and maybe give some official picks out. Look at some comments. I haven't been able to look at comments yet, but I want to tell you all, I really appreciate it so much, all of your support and everything. I do have to check the comments just to make sure that my audio is working, which I believe that it is. All right. Shout out to you. Oh, God, shout out to everyone. You guys have no idea how much how much your support means to me. Oh, man. All right. So once again, let me just quickly scan the 7:30 games that are coming up in a few minutes and just let you know what I did, right? Which is threading the needle there, right? I'm letting you know what I did. I'm not necessarily saying that you should do what I did, although I do believe that what I did is probably has small positive EV. What I do in general probably has small positive EV overall. I think the EV of my college basketball opinions will be stronger in February, as has been the case my entire sports betting career. But this January, I think I'm going to be all right as well. I'm focusing only on college basketball at this time of the year. In my last job and in other times in my career, I also had to do NHL and NBA and, the Super Bowl and MMA and whatever else they wanted me to do. You know what I'm saying? So, but now I can hone in on college basketball. I'm also going to be focusing mostly on the major and mid-major conferences, mostly ignoring the minor conferences, except for Mondays and maybe Fridays when it's a more manageable schedule. So yeah, 7:30 games. I also like Howard a little bit plus the points. The under, that's just what the numbers said, and the Bethune-Cookman team total under. I also like the over a little bit in the NC-A&T game at 129.5. I know that's gotten bet up, and also the over a bit in the 143.5 in the Morgan State game. So that's what I did. And of course, I bet extremely conservatively when it comes to college basketball pregame lines. You know what I'm saying? There's no 8-22 day that could ruin me at all, or even hurt me, even hurt me beyond. Like if I went 8-22, the way I think about it, I think if I have this result, what emotional response do I want, right? And if I have an 8-22 day, at the end of that day, I want to be able to go, wow, that sucks. I wish that hadn't fucking happened. And then move on, right? Any monetary loss that would cause more than that reaction to me, and I'm overbetting, right? So I'm betting the second. I'm sorry, the pregame lines of college basketball small. I bet my team totals a little bit bigger because I have more confidence in them, and I bet my second halves a bit bigger as well because I have more confidence in them as well. But of course, with college basketball, ton of bets and a ton of games that are offered, a ton of bets that are offered, and you absolutely have to bet appropriately. And that's the best way to think about it. Is my bet size appropriate or not? Think about, if every bet I made today loses, how would I react then? And is that how I want to react in the case that every bet loses, right? If I go 4-7, how would I feel then? And is that how I'd want to feel on a 4-7 day, right? If you have, 6 4-7 days in a row, you might want to adjust your approach a little bit. Right? Might want to think about what it is that you're doing that makes you expect anything different from those kinds of days. But the point is that when you're, there's a lot of different ways to make sure that you're using proper money management. Some of them are purely mathematical. Others are psychological. That's what I like to use. I like to use, if I go 7-24 today, what will my emotional reaction be to that? And is that the emotional reaction that I would like to have for a 7-24 day? If it's worse than that, I've overbet. If it's literally no reaction at all, maybe I underbet, but that's highly unlikely. I'm sure there's a few professional bettors, in the world who feel like they've underbet their edges, in various sports, but very few people at the end of the day feel like they bet too little. All right, so again, the 7:30 games. That's what oh man, oh fuck, I'm sorry. And the UALR game, I like the under on that one at 145.5, and I took a shot with with Little Rock at -2 as well. Oh man, I saw that. Sorry, my spreadsheet is just hard to read these spreadsheets sometimes when you're rushing, when you're hosting a show, when you're trying to be entertaining. Sorry about that. I thought that was like an 8:00 game to me. It's not. The Little Rock game, yeah, that was another play. I took the under in the Little Rock Georgia Southern game and a small play on Little Rock -2 as well. Damn, sorry, I just missed that. All right, let's look at some comments. We'll talk about the West Virginia game if you want to. I'll talk about the 8:00 games if you want to as well. And then we can we move on? All right, let's see. Scott Letty, shout out to you. Shout out to Scott Letty and his wife, wherever she may be. I hope you're having a nice night tonight, Scott Letty, and I hope your wife is having a nice night as well, making good productive use of her time while you're watching my show. Shout out to you, Scott Letty. Dear Slayer Ski, shout out to you focusing on NHL and now NBA. Yeah, I mean, those sports, in theory, the lines are a bit tighter, but there's also, obviously fewer teams you have to follow. There's less likely to be information that you're not aware of. So, NHL. I would either do that. I would either focus on NHL and NBA and skip college basketball, or just do college basketball and skip NHL and NBA. Beep beep, I'm a Jeep. Hey, Mr. Loshak. Hey, everyone. Hey, Mr. Kelly. Shout out to you. Ron Lofton, ready for some possible second half action. Shout out to you, Rich G. Let's see. Rich G says, I'd like to focus on one sport at a time. Yes, I'm about to get into college basketball. NBA, not so much. Too much variance with guys sitting out in motivation. Yes, I've talked ad nauseum in my life about NBA going back years. There are some guys who kill NBA, right? You know who you are. If you're not one of those guys, NBA is very, very, very treacherous, right? A lot of people who I know, including myself, consider NBA to be their worst sport. Some other people I know, not including myself, some very sharp guys consider NBA to be their best sport by far, and I'm not surprised about that. And a lot of book guys that I know that I've spoken to over the years consider themselves to be most vulnerable with NBA, sharp NBA guys. So it's an interesting sport. All right, let me look at some other comments here. Other comments. Let's see who's around. Let's see. Oh, Dan Kelly. Dan Kelly, look at this, supporting me. Hey, everyone, share this here on your Twitter just like I did. Thank you, Dan Kelly. And that's a friend, right? That's what we used to call back in the day a friend, right? In 2020, do friends even exist anymore? They do, but they're few and far between. And that's a friend right there. Shout out to you, Dan Kelly, saying, hey, everyone, share this on your Twitter just like I did. Thank you, Dan Kelly. Yeah, a little thing, a little type of human being that we used to call a friend. A lot of you people don't know that word anymore, but it's okay. Davis Kayumba, we love you, Loshak. Shout out to you, Davis Kayumba. Rich G, I got under 138 ULM Coastal Carolina. That's an interesting one. Yeah, I had a very tiny lean to Coastal minus the points and the under, and we'll see what the second half situation is there. All right, Alex Quayle says, love supporting you. Yeah, there you go again. There's another example of what we used to call a friend. Shout out to you, Alex Quayle. Shout out to you, Dear Slayer Ski, Ron Lofton. Hell yeah. I'm just going to scan these comments here. Then we'll talk about, I guess, West Virginia. Adam Lastman. Shout out to you. J-Rock. Says Loshak and the man. Appreciate everything you do. Shout out to Arthur Mead Jr. Shout out to you. Hell yeah. Shout out to you. And Twain Seymour. So glad to see you here. Pete, do you still fuck with NHL at all? No, I do not. And there's multiple reasons for that. The main reason is just because I don't have enough time to do college basketball as thoroughly as I'd like to. And so I definitely don't have any time to add anything else to it. I love handicapping NHL, especially after having sat next to Jimmy the Bag for a couple of years and suddenly kicked ass in the NHL regular season, which my longtime viewers know I used to skip I used to skip the NHL regular season because I was so bad at it. But then after doing a low bag show for a couple of years, sitting next to Jimmy the Bag, who's a beast, obviously, at NHL, reading all the commenters on that show who were also beasts at NHL, all of a sudden I was deep into double-digit positive ROIs in NHL. But this year I'm skipping it, not going to look at it. Again, rule number whatever. All the sports betting advice I give you, this is one of the top 10s or whatever. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Know thyself, right? In sports betting, there's lots of things you have to know in order to completely know thyself. And one of the fundamental ones is, how much can I chew? How big is my mouth, right? Don't bite off more than you can chew in sports betting. And right now, there's no room for NHL for sure. Deer Slayer, Paco Healy, shout out to you. Shout out to everyone. Don't forget to click the like button, says Cheesehead. Another example of what we used to call a friend in humanity. Antoine Seymour, shout out to you. Davis Kayumba, how many bets do you make per day? I found the more you bet, the more likely you are to lose, and the more people can't seem to find a median. That is an interesting question, a complicated question. Obviously, it depends on sports, on the sport you're covering, the number of opportunities. In theory, you should bet on anything that you have solid reason to believe you have an edge on. But how you bet size is different. The Kelly criterion tells you how you should bet appropriately if you have a bunch of simultaneous bets going, which is usually almost always the case in college basketball. It's also the case in baseball and some other sports. But I don't even know where to. That's a great question, Davis Kayumba. I would love to answer it, but I mean, college basketball. How many bets do I make per day? A lot. Each one is tiny, though, relatively. I mean, I think they're normal size, but you would probably say, "Wow, that's tiny." Okay, you got to bet size appropriately. Again, at all times, bet sizing and number of bets making is a complicated subject that a lot of people discuss. And maybe one day I'll make, a series of videos or something in depth addressing all of that. But yeah, college basketball, a lot of bets per day. I do. Let's see. Yeah. And in theory, you should bet on everything you have an edge on. Let's see. Scott Letty, Pete, you tweet out all your picks for those of us who can't watch the entire show. Yeah, I mean, right now, every second half play that is in my record is either something that was in the show or tweeted out. Obviously, I can't tweet out picks during the show because that's why I'm doing the show, because it's too hard to tweet out these second half plays when there's so many games going on. Let's see. Dan Kelly, if I'm a friend, then you better get your ass up to the Finger Lakes this coming summer for boating and some barbecue sitting by the lake. Hell yeah. I'm there. And probably going to be doing baseball pretty intensely at that time as well. So maybe I'll do some, if my Patreon goes well, one of the things I'm going to try to do is, have, I don't know, all this shit about content and everything. I just like to make jokes and have a good time. But yeah, I might make some exclusive video content for the upper tier of whatever Patreon is. And I'll make some videos there, Dan Kelly, in the Finger Lakes. Beautiful. Wow. Yeah. Upstate New York can be absolutely beautiful. Also a place where a lot of people who pay close attention to upcoming climate change are moving to. I do know that. Absolutely. All right, so I will definitely be there. Let's see other comments, and then let's talk about. We got to talk about West Virginia. The second halves are going to come up in a moment. Hold on, Ricky Levine. All right, let's talk about it right now. West Virginia, very good team. They'll be in Sweet 16. I like the under tonight. Your thoughts? Okay, here are my thoughts. Ricky Levine. First of all, obviously, the line movement as of last I checked would appear to indicate that sharp money is on Oklahoma State. I'm not sure how much I agree with that. I know the public is all over West Virginia. The line has moved in Oklahoma State's favor, which, obviously it makes a lot of sense. I'm not at all surprised that the public's all over West Virginia. I definitely, my numbers loved the under, right? Or liked it a lot. I agree with you. I like the under. The only thing that makes me a little bit nervous is I'm worried that maybe Oklahoma State's lockdown, quote unquote, lockdown defense might be a little bit illusory. And here's a little hint in college basketball. If you're modeling handicapping or whatever, various teams have very different identities based on the caliber of competition that they're playing, right? Oklahoma State lockdown defense against mid-range teams, against, elite teams like West Virginia, top 20 teams. Not entirely convinced that that's how we should. And my numbers also I have other numbers that try to account for that. And they were indicating that maybe this won't be a particularly low scoring game that favors Oklahoma State. So I did not bet this game, but it has second half written all over it. My numbers like the under a bit, but I definitely didn't bet that one. My numbers liked West Virginia at -2. And I didn't pull the trigger on that, but I almost did. The only reason, it's a game that makes me nervous. If you gave me a free play on it right now, I would join the betting public and maybe go against a lot of sharp action, and I would take West Virginia. It's a game that definitely has second half written all over it. Obviously, there's only one other 9 o'clock game there, so if I'm in a position to tweet at 9:50, 9:45 or whatever, maybe I will. My opinion, I like West Virginia. I could be wrong here. You know what I'm saying? As I've said before many times, college basketball, I do believe I have an edge, a tiny edge. You know what I'm saying? 0.5%, 0.8%, something like that on the pregame lines. So I might be wrong there, but if you gave me a free play right now, I would take West Virginia. I think that Oklahoma State's overall year-long defensive numbers might be making this line more competitive than it actually should be. But again, we have a classic trappy situation here, right? A ranked team on the road, coming off a loss against a team like Oklahoma State, who looked horrible in their last game. Public all over West Virginia, as you would expect. Line moving in Oklahoma State's favor, and this is just like, bet Oklahoma State anytime. If you flat bet the team in Oklahoma State's position in this game, you will be up significantly long term. Doesn't mean it's the right play every time. I'm liking West Virginia here. I didn't bet it. I'm going to be looking at the second half pretty closely, pretty intensely, and that's a situation. I'm also seeing a rebounding edge for West Virginia. Again, my numbers, rebounding is a big factor for me in college basketball, especially in a game like this. And I'm seeing, especially the team with West Virginia coming off that loss, right, against Kansas. So my numbers, and my numbers aren't. Numbers are kind of like, like in high school when you have a girlfriend and other people are like slamming your girlfriend. They don't like your girlfriend. And you're like, well, I like her. And that's all that matters. Do other people have better numbers than me? Yeah. But you know what? I like my numbers, and I hope their numbers make them happy, because my numbers make me happy. Okay. Even though I admit they're not the best numbers. Far from it. My numbers like West Virginia. My numbers like the rebounding edge that West Virginia has over Oklahoma State. Expected rebounding edge, and my numbers also are minimizing the defensive numbers that I think are what the market is giving credit for, and driving Oklahoma State to be a pick'em line here. So I could be wrong there. Oklahoma State's defense obviously this year has been ridiculous. Holding multiple teams to 25 points. I mean, that's exaggeration. Super awesome defense here from Oklahoma State this year statistically. Not sure that's what we're going to see heading into this game. And I see a rebounding edge for West Virginia that is likely to matter. So, again, I'm going to wait for the second half to come and might make a play there. But if you gave me a free play right now, I'd throw it on West Virginia. All right, let's look at some other games. Let's look at some 8 o'clock games and beyond. What else did I take? I took Alabama A&M plus 8.5. Against Jackson State, and the Alabama A&M team total over. Not quite entirely sure what's driving those numbers, why they should be that big of an underdog there. There might be some personnel issues that I'm not aware of, but I did take a look at that one. And I took a shot with the over in Southern Prairie View A&M at 140 and the Southern team total over. Those are 2 other bets that I made. Small plays. Let's see, what else did I take? And I took Texas Southern, but at 7.5. That was a solid play. Now it's up to 11. Yeah, that was a play that maybe I definitely would have tweeted it out or given it out to whatever Patreon members or whatever. Texas Southern, this game has statistically and situationally double-digit win by Texas Southern written all over it. Very similar to the Austin Peay game that I mentioned in a video a few days ago, where we just had statistically and situationally double-digit win by Austin Peay written all over it. And now that line's gotten bet up. So at 11, I didn't even run the numbers, but I don't know if I would take it at 11, but I took it at 7.5. And I also took Arkansas State at 4.5 and the under 145 in that one, and the Georgia State team total under as well. Those were all plays I took. Arkansas State plus 4.5. The under 145, the Georgia State team total under. I took Texas Southern at minus 7.5. I took Alabama A&M at plus 8.5 and team total over. And I took Southern team total over and the Southern Prairie View game over at 140. And some first half stuff that I threw in there, but I won't even mention. Again, tiny bets on all this stuff. So if all my plays go whatever, 8-23, my reaction at the end of the night will be, well, that sucked. But, all right, let's look at some halftime stuff. I'm seeing the Appalachian State game. The Appalachian State game now. Let's see. Here we go. Let's look at this. The Appalachian State game halftime. Let's see if the line is here. Hold on. Now is when the entertainment value and the love spreading takes a dip while I look at some numbers and try to do it in as much of a appropriate way for being on camera as possible. Telling you what I'm looking at, telling you what I'm thinking. Just let me pull up the sheets here, pull everything up here. Okay. Hope you're having a good time. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Let me see if there's any comments coming in. Let's see. Shout out. Looking for people. Yeah, Alex Quayle saying that the second half line was up. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. I was just, I was going on. I've just been so used to like 743, 744. The line's not quite up yet. So let me see if they're up. They are up. Oh, shit. All right. Sorry about that. All right, I missed it by a few seconds, which definitely is not cool in these with these second halves. Every second matters. All right, let's see what we have here. Let me focus again. Been a while since I made a public second half play here. Okay. Only 3 games, and you really can't force it. Although I did share a bunch of full game plays that I kind of like. All right, yeah. Coastal Carolina, I liked it a little bit first half. Pregame. And now the numbers are saying Coastal Carolina, again, is even a small play at -1 or -125 on the money line. Numbers liking, yeah. Let me look at my numbers here. All right, let me focus. Let me switch off jokes and entertainment mode in my brain and turn on sports betting analysis mode. Yeah. See, there's so much, yeah. Numbers slightly like Coastal Carolina at -125, the under at 74, and ULM team total under at 36.5, very slightly. All that, very slightly. All right, let me just think what I want to make public, because the problem is, yeah, if I was, yeah, all right, hold on a second. He's fucking public record, A lot of other people, don't keep accurate or honest records, and there's a good reason. They're the smart ones. All right, yeah. All right, we'll make ULM team total under 36.5 an official play. ULM team total under 36.5 an official play. We'll grade that one medium small. ULM team total under 36.5, medium small, because I can't have a show where I don't give out any plays. That's definitely a play. It's borderline. I don't feel good about it, but I think there is a small edge. I don't like these games with small edges because they can easily lose and variance can screw you here and there. But we'll make that an official play. And then, yeah. The market is moving in ULM's favor. My numbers have a very, very small lean to Coastal Carolina, a very small lean to the under 74. Let's look at Louisiana, Lafayette, and Appalachian State again. That is, where are we here? All right, let's just quickly check this. Where are we going? What are we doing here? -3 and 78. Yeah. Well, my numbers, pregame numbers, like the under a little bit here at 78. Halftime numbers say pass on that. And again, my numbers are just my numbers. I like them. In fact, I love them. But I can understand if other people would sort of, look down on me a little bit for what my numbers are. But I wonder if their numbers make them happy, because my numbers make me happy. even though I know they're not the best. Oh, man. All right. Yeah. Pre-game numbers, like under 78. Halftime says pass. Spread, let's see. Run everything here. Let's see. Where are we? Okay, yeah. Halftime. And they like Louisiana Lafayette just a little bit at +3. And they like Appalachian State team total under 40.5. Just a little bit. That's what they like. Just sharing with you what they like, right? This one makes me very nervous. Again, numbers like slightly. Louisiana Lafayette +3, under 78, and the Appalachian State under 40.5. All right, I'll make Appalachian State under 40.5 an official play. What the hell? When I say what the hell, it just means that, like, it's a small edge. You could easily lose, you know? And like I say, you know, if both these plays loses, how am I going to feel after? I'm fucking like a maniac, but that's because I suffer from AIPP, and there's no way around it. AIPP syndrome. There's no way around it if I'm going to give public plays. So I just have to embrace it. All right, Appalachian State team total over 40.5. This one just graded small. 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 Other one, the edge is a little bit bigger according to my numbers, so 36.5. Make that one medium small. This one's small, under 40.5. Again, numbers like, yeah, the numbers like Louisiana Lafayette +3. They do. They do. Hope you're enjoying this. All right, let's make that one an official play as well. What the hell? Who cares? Louisiana Lafayette +3. Look, you gotta. At some point, you gotta take a shot. I've taken a bunch of shots in this show and it's gone well, but you know, scared money don't, or scared public picks don't attract public views, or whatever the hell I'm trying to do here. Louisiana Lafayette +3. We'll make that one an official play. The numbers do like them, but they just like them small. We'll make that one official. And we'll make it, we'll grade that one medium small. Okay. All right. Maybe if there were more games on the card. I mean, all these plays, obviously, I would be, betting according to my own approach and marking down in my spreadsheet. But if there were more games on the card, I probably would have held off on those and looked for some other bets that I felt better about to give publicly. But that's it. That's all. Yeah. And then there's where's the other one? The Army game. Yeah. See, there you go. I talked about it on Twitter. Go check. Someone asked on Twitter. I was happy to tell them. Said I liked Army. I got 7.5. It closed at like 7. And the Army team total over at like 67. I said Army is the game's not really high scoring, but Army's winning. I didn't understand why Army was such a big dog, and maybe Colgate will come back and blow them out by 20 in the second half. But what can I say? What can I tell you? I liked Army. Let's see where I don't think that halftime line is out yet. Let's look at that. Hope you're having a good time here. Hope you're enjoying yourself one way or another. Entertained amongst yourselves. Dan Kelly is someone who can probably be goaded into sharing a little wisdom, sports betting wisdom for you if you ask him an appropriate question nicely. He's a chap who will help you out here and there with a little bit of information if you're nice to him, if you don't approach him like a complete buffoon, right? Ask Dan Kelly a question or two. He's likely to answer if he's watching and you approach him in a polite manner. All right, let's see. What else do we have? Let me just find this game. Where the hell is it? All right, let me just check the Colgate game. We'll look at this, then we'll decide what we want to do after that. We can talk a little bit more about the games that are coming up, and to talk a little bit more about West Virginia if you want. We can talk about really anything else you want to ask about. Let's just look at this one. Yep, there you go. Army's up. Army winning. Go check Twitter. A guy asked me if I had anything for today, and I said that I liked Army plus the points and the Army team total over. All right, here we go. It's 7-74. Now let's see. What are the numbers like here? Wow. All right, good for my full-time bet. I don't know if I want to give this though, but the halftime numbers do like Army plus 7. They do. They like Army. They like Army plus 7. They do. I don't know if I want to give this one out, but they do. They like Army plus 7. They like the team total over a little bit as well. All right, what the hell? See, this one makes me very nervous. Yeah. Pre-game numbers say pass, but halftime numbers like Army. And this is also a kind of spot where I know in my just based on my gut, based on nothing, that this is the kind of situation where you have to be very careful. Where pregame numbers say pass, halftime numbers like a big dog that is winning at the half. Big home dog that's winning at the half. This is a very treacherous situation. I've been here before, like 3 or 4 times on Sunday and Saturday or wherever. Numbers like Army, though. All right, I'll make it a pick, even though it's very treacherous. Army plus 7 official play. This is small or medium, small borderline. I mean, the numbers like it a decent amount, but all right, small or medium, small. I'll make it. It could be either. I'll just keep it small. Small. Although the numbers like it. The numbers like it more than small. That's an official play. Army plus 7. Let's look at the total. Yeah, slight lean to the over at 74. And a small lean to the Army team total over at 33.5 as well. All right, I'll make that one official play too. Army over 33.5. That'll be medium small. Again, seen this countless times. Sitting here, home dog that I liked pregame, winning at the half. Pregame says pass. Halftime numbers say hit it again at halftime. And the road team blows them out in the second half. Seen this countless times. Although there's also been times when I have been right. But I tend to be more right in these kinds of situations when it's a road team. Just in my experience, this is based on nothing. I'll have to run the numbers again for that. But I'll make Army. All right, this is just so stressful. But at some point, I think if this record is decent enough for long enough and I make enough jokes, at some point, hopefully, this show will have enough of a fundamental base behind it that, it'll be okay if I have a couple losing days or if my record goes negative or something like that. Because the problem is I have no guests, you know what I'm saying? And I have no co-hosts or anything. So I can't, I have to have you got to have one person in a show with a positive record to justify it, which is fine if you got 4 or 5 people in the show. One of those guys is going to have a positive record, right? And then the others are off the hook. But if you're hosting a show yourself, you got to have the positive record. And if it goes negative, you're the asshole who has to sit there and tell people they should watch your show despite the record. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, nothing too huge today. Again, ULM, team total under, medium, small. App State under, team total, small. Louisiana Lafayette plus 3, medium, small. That one probably could have been medium. And Army plus 7, small. That could have been medium, small. And the Army team total over 33.5, medium, small as well. All right, let's look at the 8 o'clock games you're going off. Is there anything I want to tell you about that I missed? No, my numbers also like Troy, but that line hasn't moved at all. I'll share that with you. I don't like the line movement at all on this one, but I did bet Troy at 10.5. Now it's up to 11, and I'm probably on the wrong side of that. But I did bet Troy at 10.5. That was actually a decent sized play, which might have been totally wrong. Arkansas State plus 4.5, under 145. and the Georgia State team total under as well. And that's it. The South Alabama game, I liked South Alabama a little bit at 7.5. Then it went down, which makes me think that that the sharp play, that sharp people took South Alabama. That happens to me a lot as well. The plays that the sharp plays that I see on the market tend to be plays that I only liked a little bit, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing differently from those guys that I'm not recognizing it as better value. But I liked South Alabama a little bit at 7.5, didn't bet it, and a small lean to the under on that one at 142 as well. And I did take the UT Arlington team total under. I did bet that one, but the number I got was long gone, so I didn't mention that. But that is also what I did on that 8 o'clock game. All right, so I think we got everything. I'm going to check the comment section in a second because I have not looked at it. Again, I'm being very conservative here. The Army line could have been medium small. Louisiana Lafayette line could have been medium. The team totals all could have been bumped up a grade as well. Being too conservative here, I know, but that's all right. All right, let's now go back to the comment section and see what's up. See how everyone's doing. See what we want to do. All right. Oh, Big Man on Campus. Shout out to you. I'm going to tell you this about Big Man on Campus. You know, very controversial guy. I don't have to tell you that. A lot of haters. Controversial reputation. The guy's always been a very good friend and supporter to me. What can I tell you? I appreciate you, Big Man on Campus, for for being there when I needed someone to be there, for talking to me, for encouraging me, for supporting me. You know what I'm saying? Always showing me nothing but love and loyalty, and I appreciate it. Yeah, there you go. Is that not that is the real Big Man on Campus, right? No, controversial guy. You know what I'm saying? But people, should he change? I'll tell you one thing: controversy equals ratings, and the dude fucking gets it, right? Right? Dude fucking gets ratings from controversy. You know what I'm saying? If you can handle being that dude, the guy people love to hate or hate to love or whatever it is, you're gonna get your fucking ratings if you got controversy. I'm getting my ratings other ways. I can't be that guy. I can't have people hating me for any reason. I can't have people love to hate me, hate to hate me without caring one way or the other. I need love only. But I have tremendous respect for anyone who can just take hate and handle it like a fucking Falun Gong guy using chi on hate. Just absorbing it, dealing with it, pushing it off. It's impressive. Let's see. Chris Comatini, shout out to you. Jay Mills, do you like Grambling tonight? Actually, Big Man on Campus, what do you think about West Virginia game? We discussed it earlier in the show. I said that I know that the public loves West Virginia, and the line movement indicates that at least some people, or people who think they're sharp, likes Oklahoma State. I said I didn't bet it. I'm waiting for the second half, but if you gave me a free play, I'd be on West Virginia. I'm not sure. I think West Virginia's going to have a rebounding edge, which they might not have, but my numbers say they will. And I think that Oklahoma State's awesomeness on defense might be a little bit overvalued and overstated against an elite team like West Virginia. I might be wrong, but I'm leaning West Virginia. Didn't bet it, though. Let's see. All right, let's see. Let's see. Other comments coming in. Noli knows anything on Troy, Texas State? Yes, Noli knows. Yes. Well, I'll happy the game's off, but I took Troy, which I think might now be might have been the wrong move. I took him at 10.5. Last line I saw was 11. Surprised by that movement, and I actually bet it a big bet size relatively for my college basketball spread plays. I took Troy plus 10.5. Max bet for me. What can I tell you? What can I fucking tell you? I don't know if that was the right side or not, but that's what I did. Let's look at some other games, and then let's see. Big Man Campus. I do Peter's show every day with Peter if you wanted to. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what to do, Big Man Campus. It was only like 4 weeks ago that I even started doing this show. And I was out there talking to my boss / friend / mentor. I was like, I don't know, this and that. He was like, well, I thought you were going to do a show. And I was like, yeah, I was going to do a show. He's like, we'll do it today. And I was like, all right, I'll do it today. And I started doing it, and it's gone well. I actually saw your tweet, Big Man on Campus, where you were like, does anyone want to do a Friday night college basketball show looking at the Saturday card? And my first thought was, I'd love to do that. I mean, he was doing, I want to see you do it. And I was going to ask you if you wanted to do it with me. But then I was like, I got to sleep and maybe have a little bit of a social life. Can't do anything Friday nights. You got to be kidding me. I'm a zombie on Friday nights. Absolute zombie on Friday nights. All right. Well, Kobe Valentine, shout out to you. Another guy who has, I can't tell you enough, Kobe Valentine, how supportive you've been. And just like talking to me and messages and stuff like that. It means so much, you know? And then look at what this fucking guy's doing. Look at fucking Patreon. You know, I'm sitting here, I'm telling my my boss / associate, I'm like, yeah, I think I might get 15, 20 people, you know, signing up. And, you know, that would be great. This guy's got fucking 600 people. Unbelievable. Congratulations to you, Kobe Valentine. But I understand why. All those trends and things that you post on Twitter, I admit, I always find them very interesting. Some trends are more interesting than others. And Kobe, you find trends that I always think, you know, because the question when you're looking at trends is there something fundamental going on here that's causing it? Or is it just something that is being caused by variance and someone just did some data mining and came up with something that's irrelevant? Kobe, all the trends that you always post are always things that strike me as something that, you know, as trends that could be easily caused by something fundamental. They're always very interesting. They always get my mind thinking, and I always found them extremely valuable and thought-provoking whenever I would see them. Shout out to you, Kobe Valentine. All right, let's see. Big Man on Campus. You need to be on air, Peter. I told you that. Look, there's more love from Big Man on Campus. Big Man on Campus, you're making this really hard, you know, because people always ask me. They're always like, Pete, come on, man. You really like that guy? And I'm always like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. All right, I don't know. I don't fucking know. He's super nice to me. He's always been super supportive. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I know you rub some people the wrong way. What do you want me to say? You're making it hard, Big Man on Campus. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? I'm looking at comments coming in. All right, let's. I don't know what we want to do here. The 7:30 games should be. Yeah, there's 5 of them. Let's 6 of them, 5 of them. Let's cover those. Those games again. Let's wait for those. Those will be up in about 10 minutes or so. Yeah, again, I liked Howard the under and the Cookman team total under. I took those. I took the Little Rock under 145.5. Little Rock -2, very slightly. And I took the NC A&T game over at 139.5. And I took the Morgan State game over at 143.5. All this very small, but that's what I took. Yeah, if anyone has any questions or anything, West Virginia, again, I think we discussed the hell out of that game. I think Big Man on Campus, I make more money than any of those people, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, hey, listen. Fucking, yeah, there you go. There you go. He makes more money than any of those people, so it doesn't matter. And the reason it still matters to me is because all those people all make more money than me, so it does matter. It does matter. Yeah, Big Man on Campus, I like Texas Southern. Yeah, I took that one too at 7.5. I don't know if I would take it at 11 though. But Big Man on Campus, you have any thoughts on the West Virginia game before you go? I don't know if you're sticking here or you off to, but West Virginia, what do you think? Oh, Alex Ramirez shouting out NHL. Man, low-hanging fruits. Kings money line. Actually, yeah. I mean, I can't help but like when I'm doing my daily routine, just out of the corner of my eye, you know, glance at the NHL card here and there and click on something, and all of a sudden I've handicapped an NHL game for a couple seconds. Yeah, the Kings might be a good play. The Kings might be a good play. I did look. That's weird you brought that up. That was the one NHL game that I did casually look at for like a few seconds. The Kings are killing it at home, right? And Columbus might be overvalued. Yeah, and it's a relatively low line. No, I can't say I disagree with that. I did do some 5-second handicapping on that game, and the thought did occur to me, the Kings might be a nice play here. And then I moved on looking at whatever I looked at. But all right, so let's look at some other stuff. Yeah, Morgan State game, totally low scoring. All right, maybe I have no clue what the hell I'm talking about here. Let's see. ULM game is super high scoring. All right, this might be a disaster. Louisiana Lafayette up. That's nice. That's nice to see. All right, so let's look at some other comments. The second half lines aren't going to be out for another few minutes for the 7:30 games. But the fact that they're not quite going according to how I was expecting pregame means that the second half value might be bigger than normal. I definitely bet my my second halves in light of whatever bets I made on the first pregame. So let's see. Chuck Tarmac says, "See my vid, please, and lick." Okay. I don't know how you lick a video, but come on, Chuck. Come on, Chuck. We only have 3 rules in my shows: no lying, no racism, and no spam. You seem like an honest guy, and you don't seem racist, but you're on the border of spamming here. You're on the border of spamming here, Chuck Tarmac. Should I block this guy? Who the hell is this guy? Must see. All right, let's. I don't know who the hell Tarmac is. All right, BMOC also liked under. Yeah, West Virginia. I mean, you know. Yeah, my numbers like the under a lot. I didn't pull the trigger on it because I just started to get nervous when I saw what my numbers said about Oklahoma State specifically. Yes, Alex Quayle, and no shouting out books unless they pay. And if they do pay, I'm happy to shout them out, and they don't have to pay much. But that is another rule. We don't mention books here unless they pay. Let's see. What else do we have here? Let's look at some Alex Ramirez used to say low-hanging fruit, Pete. Yes, I did. And I might have low-hanging fruits again in baseball. I feel like my read on baseball is better than any other sport right now. Kobe Valentine. Pete, I can't wait until MLB season. Yeah. Glad to see you back on YouTube. I mean, I'll tell you what, though. We can talk about this for a few minutes. Shit's changing real fast in the world in general, but it's coming, you know, in sports betting as well. I don't even know if it's going to be how it's going to affect things. And I want to do a series of interviews on people just to hear their opinions. But AI, machine learning, all that stuff, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. There's fools on Twitter right now with, you know, AI and machine learning, sports betting, you know, approaches and algorithms. Some are claiming, you know, 65% here, you know, in markets that previously you'd say if you could hit over 55%, you know, it's not possible because the markets aren't that inefficient. You know, so I have I'm hoping that baseball is going to be just as, you know, as normal, you know, this upcoming season. I have no idea though. The whole thing could go haywire, you know. All college basketball. I think college basketball is going to be one of the last sports that they touch. You know, I think they're going to jump all over baseball first, and then you know, NBA and NHL. I mean, they're all doing it at the same time, but college basketball will probably be the last major sport to get completely screwed by AI and machine learning. But I don't know. So, Gobi, when you talk about let's do MLB, can't wait for MLB this year. Yeah, in theory, yeah. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Let's see. Hold on. Pete, how do you feel about the new rule change getting into place? Yes, relief pitchers have to play 3 batters minimum. Hold on one second. Well, Paco Healy says data science taking over. Yeah. All right. Wait a minute. Let me hold on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me check the shit. All right. Thing. Okay. Lines are coming up. Wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. These minor games are coming up. Army, all right. We need Army to hang on. I have a feeling this might be a bad day. I was following Louisiana Lafayette. Nice. They're winning. That's nice. Nice to see. UALR. Yeah, look at that. Okay. Howard game is not low scoring. I had the under on that one. Morgan State game is not high scoring. I had the over on that one. But again, if you guys saw how small my bet size was on bets like those relative to my bankroll, you know, you'd be like, well, really not that big a deal, Pete. And my response to that would be, yeah, that's the point of bet sizing. That's exactly the point. Is that when you make either a call that's totally wrong, or you make a call that might be correct, but you get unlucky or whatever, it's really not that big of a deal. College basketball is where that's you know, a much easier thing to do because there's such a massive you know, sample size of bets that you wind up making that in the end, if you do have an edge, you'll be okay. So it's very easy for me to bet size appropriately in college basketball. All right, let's see. Game should be coming up soon, right? The second halves. Let's just do these second half games, and then we'll see what's going on in the comments section. See if any other heavy hitters unexpectedly drop in. The heavy hitters all over the place tonight. Big man on campus, Paco Healy, Kobe Valentine, fucking Deer Slayer Ski, and Alex Quayle in perfect rotation. Shout out to you guys there every day. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Mr. Gokster, another heavy hitter. Buddhism Hotline representative, another heavy hitter. Who the hell is this guy? Damn, I wasn't expecting my comedy chops to be so challenged in this show. Hello, I'm from the Buddhism Hotline, and I was wondering, is this live stream Buddhist friendly? Absolutely. I make Buddhism jokes constantly, or not constantly, but I've done them. Is that a spam guy or not? All right, let me just let me see what's going on here. All right. No lines are up yet. Where the hell are these lines? Where are these lines? Come on now. Where are these lines? I'm seeing 5 games that should be 7 o'clock. Sorry, 7:30 Eastern time, halftime lines. UALR is the only major conference. I mean, not minor conference game. That one is over. That one's interesting. Again, yeah, pregame I like UALR, the under, and the Georgia Southern team total under. And that has been very high scoring. Interesting. This is how college basketball goes. I look at this result and I say, what did I do wrong? Try to guess, but in the end, I can't really answer that question. I don't know. Let's see. See what the line is going to be here. Let's see if we can get some lines on the Little Rock game. Yeah. Well, the number's like under, so we'll take it. 79.5. That's an official play and bet. Little Rock game, under 79.5. That's medium or medium big. Borderline either of those. I'll hang back and grade it just medium, although that could also be a medium big according to my numbers. Numbers might be wrong, but Jesus. Just as long as I can hang around 5-6% ROI, big sample size long term, I'll be fine. So treacherous, though. All right, under 79.5, medium was an official play. UALR and Georgia Southern. Let's see what else we got here. Also kind of likes the Little Rock team total under. Well, likes both team total unders a little bit. The Little Rock more. And, yeah, it does. 39.5. Okay, we'll make that one an official play as well. Little Rock under 39.5. Team total under. This is another one it likes. We'll grade that one medium, although that is borderline medium big as well. Little Rock under 39.5, medium team total 79.5, medium. Oh, whoa, the total dropped 78. Wow, total's crashing. All right, I hope I'm right. The numbers liked it. That one could easily have been a graded medium big play. It was, according to my numbers, borderline medium and medium big. Under 79.5. We graded it medium. Little Rock team total under 39.5. Graded that one medium. Also likes the Georgia Southern team total under a little bit. Not as much. Not as much. But We'll make that one a play as well. What the hell? Are those numbers like it? I'll take it. Georgia Southern under 39.5. That's medium. That's a small or medium small. Borderline. Just dropped to 115 where I'm looking. Okay. We'll make it medium small. Georgia Southern under 39.5 minus 115, medium small, team total. Spread the numbers like Georgia Southern a little. The pregame numbers say pass. Halftime numbers like Georgia Southern a little bit. But I'm not going to make that an official play at all. Okay. Let's see what else we got. All right. Bunch of plays there. We'll see how it turns out. Let's look at the other games. Are all added games. And I'm not seeing any numbers on any of them. Maybe they started a little late. Whoosh. All right, Louisiana Lafayette. There you go. Winning by 5. Last thing I'm seeing there. There you go. Colgate blowing Army out. We'll see if Army can come back. Coastal Carolina pounding Louisiana Monroe, like my numbers suggested. What else do we have here? Scanning. Hope you're all enjoying this. I do my best. I do what I got. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I got. Life advice, jokes, love, picks, analysis, shout-outs. I just throw it all there and hope it sticks. Kobe Valentine, shout out to you. You need a Total Slow Shack poster behind you. LOL. Hell yeah. Shout out to everyone. Noli Knows, Mr. Gokster, Kobe Valentine, viral video. Hell yeah. Chris Comatini, shout out to you. Jesse Nemeth, viral video asking about Grambling minus 8.5. Let me just quickly refresh my memory about that one. That one was a tough one. Let me just refresh my memory. No, that one I have nothing on. I mean, my numbers like under 137.5, and I did bet it small, under 137.5, but very small. I don't recommend you tailing that, but my numbers like the under. The spread, my numbers actually had a slight lean to to Alabama State at 8. That line hasn't moved. All right, yeah. What can I tell you? Numbers had a small lean to Alabama State at +8 and a little bit of a bigger lean to the under at 137.5. I did bet the under 137.5. Numbers also like the Grambling State team total under a little bit. Again, my numbers could be wrong. Very wrong. All right, let's see if there are any of these minor games that are where are they? I'm not seeing anything. No halftime lines. These minor games. Where are they? Where the hell are they? I'm not seeing them. I'm not seeing them. All right, maybe they won't come up, and we'll just wrap it up. Let's look at some comments here. Wrap up the show soon. Kobe Valentine, Pete, I would love to come on an MLB show with you during the MLB season. Yeah, I have no idea what MLB is going to be like, except that I got my freaking last MLB season did well because I was able to only focus on that. I didn't have to do any of the other stuff, and I really zeroed in and honed in on my approach and everything. And I had a really good MLB season. Who the hell knows what's going to happen this MLB season? D-Money, shout out to you, Mr. Gokster. Mr. Gokster, people were suggesting that maybe the Kings in NHL are the play tonight. What do you think, Gokster? Joe Garcia. They will try and take this show away again. They will try and try. Oh, they'll try. Joey Garcia, for anyone who's wondering what the hell is Peter saying, what the hell is that guy typing, and what the hell is going on right now, this is an inside joke from the Low Bag Show from a long, long time ago. Joey Garcia. Are they going to take this show away again? Who knows? Well, they'll try, though. They'll try. They'll try. Shout out to you, Joe Garcia. Again, for anyone who's wondering what the hell was that? Did Peter just lose his mind and just start making no sense and just babbling? No, that was an inside joke from the Low Bag Show from a long, 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 long time ago that Joe Garcia just referenced. I'm not saying I haven't lost my mind. I'm just saying that those few seconds in the video that you just watched are not indicative of that, are not evidence of that. That was just an inside joke. Dear Slayerski, we love this show. I love you, Dear Slayerski. No, I really love you, Dear Slayerski. You're here at all the shows, man, showing love, showing support. And I don't blame people for not, being watching these shows. People have families and shit and other things they like to watch. But shout out to you, Dear Slayerski. Oh, boy. Viral Video says, I think we need a Kickstarter to get Pete a cat or maybe a plant in the background. Yeah, I like the way you think, Viral Video. That's what we used to call back in the day a problem solver. Problem solvers used to be very valuable in the business world. I like the way you think. That's a Viral Video. Solving problems. Observing a situation and taking the initiative to identify a problem and propose a solution. Shout out to you, Viral Video. Kobe Valentine, Pete, remember Mimi? Oh my God. Now you're going way, wow, now you're going way back. Way the F back there, Kobe Valentine. Yeah, all those friggin' AI, and machine learning nerds. I would like to get one of them to create something that can go back and find all the brief, funny snippets of all the hours of videos, that we did over the years in my last job. That would be a useful thing that those machine learning people could do. Shout out to you, Adam Lassman. Hey, Pete in Jersey. Shout out to you. Hey, Pete in Jersey. I was thinking, I noticed there's a Capper convention coming up in Newark in a couple of weeks. I was thinking about showing up there. A couple people will be there. Gabe Morency's going to be there. Some other people I saw are going to be there. It's in Newark. I was thinking of going. What the hell? You know what I mean? I was thinking about that. Let's see. Chris Comatini. Hey, Pete, remember the time machine? Oh my God. Yeah, we gotta get some AI guy to create an artificial intelligence bot and watch all those old videos and pull out all the snippets that were hilarious and skip over all the other, 95% of the videos that were just obsessing over, minutia concerning sports betting odds. Let's see. What else do we have here? Comments? Yeah, let's check. All right, this has been a weird show. We've just been having a lot of fun, not seeing too many lines. I don't think these extra games are there second half lines? I'm not seeing them. Let me check some other places. I'm not seeing any second half lines for these added games. I'm not seeing anything. Or have they not hit the half times yet? Maybe they haven't hit the half times yet. Yeah. All right. Thought they started at 7:30. Look at that. Louisiana Lafayette blowing them out. Nice to see. Nice to see. ULM getting blown out, but very high scoring second half. That's not so great. But it is what it is. Yeah. No, I guess those 7:30 games started a little after 7:30. Was expecting those lines to be up by now. Well, we may as well wait for them, I guess, right? What should we do? See, this is the problem. Now I also have to be my own producer. What do we do? Do we keep hanging or what? Producer would be able to make that decision. Let's see what we got. A lot of people watching. Chris Comatini says, let's wait. That's pretty much all I need. That puts me on borderline. One other person saying, let's do this. That's pretty much it. Pretty much it. Ron Parks, there you go. Crisco, there you go. Two people said, let's wait. That's it. That's all I need. Joe Garcia, Pete, and his Yankees team total and Legends second half bets. You were gold on those picks. Thank you very much. Joey Garcia. Kobe Valentine, small card tonight, all in on Troy. All I'm on is Troy plus 10.5. Yeah, Kobe, I took Troy as well, but I felt so nervous about it, I didn't tell people. I guess I skipped over it, but then, yeah. What can I tell you, Kobe? I took Troy as well, plus 10.5. But I would have expected that line to get bet down like the South Alabama line. I definitely took Troy. I took it. And as I mentioned earlier in the show, it was a pretty big relative size play. Let's see what's going on in that line. Yeah, they're down by 5. All right. Okay. Yeah, Bethune-Cookman blowing out Howard. That's not good to see. These other games are not going according to what I was expecting. Thank God the Lafayette game, though. That'll make my second half plays nice, right? ULM. Yep, there you go. Colgate blowing out Army. That's what I was afraid of. Oof. That's what I was afraid of. All right. All right. We're having a good time here anyway. We're having a good time here anyway. Let's see what we got. Comments. And yeah, let's wait till the second half lines, just because some of them might be a little bit promising. The way these first halves have gone, a little bit promising. The Norfolk State game, that was an interesting one. Coppin State really fell off, didn't they? I liked Norfolk State, but it was too obvious that I didn't bet it, and now I wish I had, because it just seemed too obvious. And then when it went the other way, Coppin State as a favorite, I was glad that I didn't bet it. But now looking at how the first half has gone, I wish I had. See what we got here. Yeah. I should have made Louisiana Lafayette +3 a medium play. I was just so gun shy, man. So freaking gun shy. We'll see what happens with the Little Rock game, though. All right. I guess let's just wait around to see what happens with all these added game second halves, and then we'll leave. I wasn't planning on this being a long show, but heavy hitters came in, spammers came in, a lot of love came in, all very unexpected, all awesome, and that's great. Toby Valentine, Texas State 0-5 ATS last 5 overall, 0-4 ATS last 4 home games. Texas State 1-4 ATS last 5 after an ATS loss. Yeah, I mean, and I had other reasons for liking Troy. But here we go. CT Bays, Oklahoma State or West Virginia tonight. Well, let's talk about that very, very quickly. If anyone has any opinions on the West Virginia Oklahoma State game, put them in the comment section right now. My opinion, I stayed off it. My numbers like the under, and I can understand why anyone would like the under on this one. I stayed off it. Made me a little nervous. I do still like the under, I guess. I don't know. Public is definitely on West Virginia, and some kind of influential money, if not sharp money, appears to be on Oklahoma State. We'll see what the line closes at, but it seems to be a sharp public split. Public is definitely on West Virginia, and the line is moving in Oklahoma State's favor. My analysis of the game is that I like West Virginia, even though I'm joining the public there and probably going against the sharper money. My numbers, which again, I like my numbers, other people might not, indicate that West Virginia should have a rebounding edge, and that Oklahoma State's big statistical strength, which is their defensive efficiency and awesomeness, might not be quite as powerful a factor as the market is probably giving credit for. So for me, it's a pass. Didn't bet it at all. I'm definitely going to be waiting for the second half. There might be a great play on the second half one way or another here. If you gave me a free play right now, I would take West Virginia at Pick'em, although I'd have to acknowledge that the public is definitely on West Virginia and influential money appears to be on Oklahoma State. And there is West Virginia, Oklahoma State in a nutshell for you. CT Blaze, 28. Benjamin likes the under in West Virginia. Yeah, I mean, I can understand. Statistically, the under makes sense. But all these spreadsheet guys know that. And where is the line right now? It's gotten bet up, hasn't it? It's like 138, right? Isn't it? It's gone up. That's an interesting sign. We talk all the time about college basketball, line moves not being the same thing as when you see it in other sports. There have been countless times this year where I've really liked the total. Markets moved way against me, and I wound up winning it by a mile and wondered what the hell caused that movement. The opposite's been true as well. Times when I've loved a total, markets moved strongly in my favor, wind up losing it by a mile and wondering what I and the market might have been not getting. But it is definitely worth noting that where's this? There's a line here. Hold on. Just want to check the odds for the total for this one. Yeah. It's getting bet. It's getting bet higher. The screen's moving up. So, yeah, my numbers like the under. I can understand why other people would. But again, it's getting bet up for some reason. Could be big public money, but yeah, in a market like college basketball totals, if a bunch of big public players insist on betting the over and over again, it will move the line, right? Some market moves. Well, in my old videos, people who watched my old videos a long time ago when I used to do it with that other book that I used to do videos with, he would talk about how big bets, big non-sharp bets would move the market. And he was talking about college football. College basketball is a much smaller market, even a game like this. So, let's see what people have to say. Kobe Valentine, I make a lot of money fading ranked road faves against unranked home dogs. Yeah, I mentioned that when we started the show. And I mentioned that exact same, I mentioned that exact thing. I said the situation in general, overall, if you just blindly bet the unranked home dog where the public's on the favorite and the line movement is what it is, long term, you'll make money, So I definitely acknowledge that. For sure, Kobe Valentine. Let's see. Other comments coming in. I guess that's it. Let's look to see if some of these second half lines are in yet, just for the hell of it. No, still nothing, right? Wow, look at Bethune-Cookman blowing them out. Damn. All right, I had some off reads on some of these games. Coastal Carolina blowing them out, but the total is not doing what I thought it would do. Colgate blowing Army the F out. Okay, let's see how this stuff goes. The line should be up soon. Shout out to everyone. This has been an extremely fun show. More jokes and love and memories and heavy hitters and awesome commenters than I was even expecting, and I was expecting the show to be pretty good. Shout out to everyone. Hopefully, again, overall, the picks will be positive, and then it'll be almost a perfect show, right? A perfect show has jokes, love, and undefeated picks? No, just winning picks. Expectations need to be managed. All right, where are these lines? Come on. Morgan State, Coppin State, those are two interesting games. Interested to see what those lines are. We'll also get to see the Troy State, Texas State game. Well, we'll look at the second half line on that one. The UT Arlington game, we'll be able to see that one. All right, so there's a lot. So we're going to be able to see all the 8 o'clock games too, pretty much. Interesting stuff. And people enjoying themselves on this Monday night, Monday evening here in early 2020. I wonder what the world's going to look like at the end of 2029, at the end of this decade. You want a lock? Here's a lock for you. A lot different. That's what the world's going to look like December 31st, 2029. A lot different. Trust me. That's a lock right there. That's a lock. All right, what else do we got here? Let's look at some of these odds. Joe Garcia, bring back the birthday picks. We already did Joe Garcia. I gave one out to Chris Comatini. Couldn't think of a better commenter that I'd like to give. Thank God it cashed. If people start requesting them, I can't not oblige. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking for comments. Let's see. There are comments. Taint Slugger Cards for Life says Taint POD is already in the taint with 4 minutes left to play. Wow. Kobe Valentine tied the Troy game. Great. Yeah. I guess I wish I had mentioned it more. It made me nervous, but that was one of my plays for sure. Ironic. All the plays I said I really was, these were the plays I bet. They're all not doing so great. The one I shied away from sharing with everyone, doing great. All right, let's see. Come on, let's just get these second half lines, and then let's get out of here because a lot of work to be done for tomorrow. Tuesday, very manageable card, but I want to get a head start. Tweet some stuff out. Okay. All right. We're just waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting. We're just waiting around here. Waiting for these minor added games to come up. I'm going to pull up some numbers. Pull up a number or two. Pull up a spreadsheet or two here. Interesting stuff. I like the over in Morgan State. That one was looking like a loser. We'll see what the second half says. Florida A&M line is up. Let's look at that. Yeah. Florida A&M. Yeah, that's a no play. Again, I like the over on that one a little bit. That's looking good. My numbers liked another one. My numbers liked NC just a little bit, but not as much as they should have. Need to try to figure out what the hell happened there. That's a no play. Florida A&M completely skipping that one. Let's see what else is coming up. See what else we got. Morgan State minus 272.5. Let's look at that. Morgan State. Well, the numbers like over. What do you want from me? The numbers like over. Oh, geez. The numbers like over. All right, I'll make it an official play. Morgan State over 72.5. See what the numbers say. They like it. Numbers like it. Medium or medium small. Grade at medium small. What the hell? Morgan State game over 72.5. Medium small. All right. That also makes me nervous, but what the hell? We'll throw it out there. It's a play. The spreads, nothing really. It's a pass. Actually, the numbers like South Carolina State just a little bit, and the South Carolina State team total over just a little bit. Just let me look at this for a second here. Yeah, just nah. All right, we'll just make the over 72.5 official play. Medium or medium. Sorry, that was graded medium small. All right. We're going to wrap this up very soon. We'll get all the halftime lines out, and then all right, here we go. The Coppin State game. This is interesting. Coppin State. Norfolk State blowing them out. Well, yeah, numbers like small lean to Norfolk State as well. Even at 1.5. That's not going to be a play, though, but I'll acknowledge that the numbers like it. Not going to be an official pick, but I will share with you that the numbers like Norfolk State at plus 1.5. And the Coppin State team total under at 38.5. They like that one too. Yep, they do. Coppin State team total under 38.5. They like that one too. Yeah. All right, I'll make that one an official play as well. What the hell? The numbers like it, so I'll make it. Coppin State under 38.5, graded medium small. Standard play. A lot of these team totals wind up being graded medium small. Coppin State team total under 38.5, medium small. See how it turns out. And the numbers also have a small lean to the under as well at 75, but that's not going to be a play. Okay, there. Okay, let's see what else we got. Let's see if anything else is coming up. The Howard game, man. Did I have a bad read on that one? Shitty read on that one, man. The numbers like... Well, they like Howard slightly at minus 125 or minus a half. And they like the Cookman team total under at 41. Yeah, they really like that one, don't they? All right, that'll be a pick. What the hell? Official play. Could lose. Who cares? Thune Cookman under 41. Team total under 41. That's medium or medium big graded. Yeah, we'll keep that one just at medium. All right. Hope I'm not screwing myself here with all these plays, but you know, it's what the numbers say. It's how I bet. That one in. Numbers slightly into Howard. And a small lean to the under at 82.5 as well. Just what the numbers say. Just sharing with y'all what the numbers say. Only play we'll give is Bethune-Cookman team total under 41, although obviously my numbers are wrong on this game pregame, but that's what they say there. All right, let's see what else is going on. UT Arlington, Texas State. All right, these games are ready, and then let's just look at them, and then let's wrap this up. Way too long of a show for this kind of a card, but it was fun as hell, wasn't it? I had a good time. All right, we got 3 Sun Belts. Nice. Louisiana cashed. Appalachian State team total under cashed. Nice. All right, so let's look at this. All right, let's look at, I guess let's start with UT Arlington. South Alabama. 6.5, 73.5. Yeah, look at that. The Sharps knew. South Alabama, look at that. The Sharps freaking knew. What do my numbers say? 6.5 and 73.5. Mine say nothing. No, nothing on the side. I made actually tiny to South Alabama, but not even bettable even on my sheet here. And the total. Nothing. Extremely tiny lean to the under, but not even bettable. Nothing on that one. All right. And the Troy game. The old Troy game. Look at that. Troy beating him. Numbers say pass on the side. And the total. Yeah, nothing. Very small lean to Troy team total over at 32, though. Yeah, not even. Yeah, they like that one. Troy 32. Yeah, I'll pass on that one, though. That's crazy. Do like it, though. Numbers like it. All right, then we just have the Arkansas State game. Man, I got that one wrong. Damn. All right, let's just see what the halftime lines are, and then we'll wrap it up. See if anyone's still watching. 57 people. Wow. Quinn Rivera. Good show, Pete. See you manana, brother. Shout out to you, Quinn Rivera. Thank you very much. Paul Betts says, is Troy's second half play? No. I like Troy. Along with Kobe, I like Troy in the beginning. My second half numbers said, nothing except for small lean to the Troy team total under 32. Ron Parks, good times. Love the sports game. Thanks, Pete. You're welcome, Ron Parks. Alex Ramirez, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Kobe Valentine's out. Shout out to you. All right, let's see. Other comments coming in. Let's just look at what these. Let's just try to get a line here. Line set for Arkansas State, and then let's call it a night. See what else is going on here. Look at that. ULM cash, 36.5. Very nice. Very nice. And that's why you take team totals, right? Because I was way right about the side, way wrong about the total. It would have behooved me to figure out why I was right about wrong and one and wrong about the other. But a team total sort of, oh man, an Army getting blasted. All right, that's not good. Just as I start bragging about something, I see something I don't want to see, but that's okay. This is how college basketball goes. And at this point, I think everyone understands what we're dealing with here. Let's just look at Arkansas State minus 3.80. Okay, let's look at this. Wow, look at this. What a game. Someone injured for Arkansas State? My numbers like Arkansas State here. Someone hurt for them. See, this is the one treacherous part. Someone hurt. Someone out for Arkansas State? Someone hurt or something? Something going on here? Someone out? Let me check. Hold on one second. Let me check. What's going on here? Why are people betting Georgia State when my numbers say Arkansas State? Is someone out for Arkansas State? Is someone hurt? Is someone hurt? Well, all this Georgia State money doesn't make any sense to me. Well, according to my numbers. Let me just look a little bit. And while I'm looking, the line might meet even maybe because I'm thinking my numbers like Arkansas State here. I have the luxury of being able to root around a little bit. Number crashing. Open to 3, down to 2. Don't understand it at all. Don't get it at all. All right. We're going to pull the trigger. Arkansas State, either -2 or -160 is worth a play. If you want to take -2, take it. My numbers like the -160 a little bit more, so I'm going to take Arkansas State -160. On the money line, I don't understand why the line moved the way it did. My numbers like Arkansas State. Don't get it. Unless someone's injured. They like it big. All right, we'll grade it medium big, not big, but it's borderline. That's a play. Arkansas State, -160, medium big. -2 has the same EV, according to my numbers here. And they like the under. All right, I'll make the picks. If they lose, it could be a crazy situation. But first of all, yeah, Georgia State, team total under 39. That's a play. That's medium or medium big. Grade that one just medium. And they also like the under 80, these freaking numbers. I have no idea if these numbers are right or not, but telling you what they like. Happy to share with you what they say. And the numbers keep coming in for Georgia State. What, did like Arkansas State get this suspended or something? What the hell? What's going on with these numbers? My numbers like Arkansas State. A lot. Or, you know. And it likes the under. Under 80, medium small, although again, that could be medium as well. We'll take the under 80, medium small. Arkansas State money line, -160, medium big, and the Georgia State team total under 39, medium. I don't understand why. See, this is what happens when you do things based on numbers only. There can be situations where you're like, not understanding why your numbers disagree with the market, not understanding market movements, and just thinking that there's, some piece of information, maybe even a massive piece of information that you just aren't aware of. You know what I'm saying? Just like in politics, you vote for this one person because you thought the person was going to do this or that. Come to find out he goes into office and is doing something totally different. And you're like, well, how come I didn't know about this? When I pulled the lever, how come I didn't know about this? I don't know. Arkansas State. All right. Well, I made my bets are in, my picks are in. If they lose it, will be embarrassing, but hopefully they won't. Can't explain the line movement, but it's very clear. Pounded this Georgia State line. I don't get it. I would be wrapping up the show right now, except I'm just sort of sitting here in shock, wondering what's going on. More money just coming in on Georgia State. Everything. I just don't get it. Is someone injured for Arkansas State? Shout out to everyone watching the show. Mr. Gokster, Joe Garcia, Deerslayer Ski, Chris Comatini. Ark State might be fraudulent. Yeah, I mean, Adam Lastman, shout out to you. Ron Lofton, Pete, thanks for Louisiana Lafayette second half cash. Yes, you're welcome. You are welcome, Ron Lofton. I wish that I had graded that one medium or medium big as the numbers liked it, but I graded it medium small anyway, and I'll take it. A little bit gun shy with these public plays, but I'll take it. Shout out to you, Ron Lofton. Yeah, Noli. Someone's saying hell yes to Noli. Not a surprise there. Noli Knows is usually giving out winners or reporting back winners or in the midst of watching a winner cash. Shout out to you, Noli Knows. Noli Knows says, Dear Slayer Screen, you might be sleeping the board tonight. That won't be the first time that's happened, Noli Knows, right? That's happened to you a few other times in your life. Am I right or am I right? Noli Knows, shout out to you. Gerardo Hernandez, shout out to you. Okay. Shout out to Mr. Ghoster, whatever he's doing. I'm just wondering what the hell's going on with this freaking Arkansas state line. I'm just going to look at, I don't know, down to 155. People just pounding it. Man, look at that. What's going on? I don't know. All right. The end of this show is not what the rest of the show was. That's okay. I guess let's wrap it up. Once again, my name is Peter Loshak. Shout out to everyone who made this show so great. I do have a Patreon that now I have to put up there and produce content for that I told my boss, associate, and friend that I would do. We'll be back tomorrow for the Tuesday games. Shout out to everyone. See you then.